All right, I'm going to go into an age-old topic today, the difference between success and failure. But what I realized this morning while I was fighting with my Facebook ads account is that the difference between success and failure comes down to a millisecond, split-second decisions. And we'll get into it right after this. So the big question is this: how is a tiny percentage of entrepreneurs blow the pack away? What are they doing that we're not? I asked myself that question for 10 years. I was failing forward and getting sick of it. I wanted to build a coaching business, but couldn't make any headway. So I started studying. I realized that the world's most elite marketers, entrepreneurs, and gurus were all using the same 4-step system. I call it the authority factor. On the show, I'm going to prove to you that the authority factor worked for them and it'll work for you. My name is Ken Dunn. Let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back. Good to see you here. Hey, I want to just take a couple minutes with you today and get into it's a soft topic. I mean, it's not often that I take the time to slow down and really talk to you about personal development and business mindset, but something crazy happened to me this morning, and it was in a split second that I realized that the difference between your success and failure is how you react. I'll tell you what I mean. As you guys know, my entire business revolves around paid advertising, and I have spent 8 years studying Facebook's ad platform and working with Facebook's ad platform. And it's been an amazing experience, learning experience for me more than anything. I understand, I believe at a really deep level, why Facebook's ads platform is so glitchy. If you think about what that platform is today, it's the world's largest advertising platform, which means it's probably the world's largest manipulated platform. There are criminals that use it. There are people doing lots of bad things. And so Facebook has had to build its code in order to protect the users of the platform. And often that code will get confused between what the bad guys are doing and what legitimate online digital marketers are doing. And I have gone through their entire blueprint training twice. Whenever I'm launching new ads, I triple check the copy. I look for prohibited words. I make sure my videos are compliant. I do everything humanly possible. And my company makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month because of my ability to advertise on that platform. But this morning I was launching an ad campaign, or actually I launched it last night. I launched an ad campaign for a live event that we have coming up, a personal development event. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. In a completely clean ad account that had the highest account quality. And when I checked on the ads this morning, the entire account was disabled. Was completely disabled. And I thought about it for a second, and then I immediately went and set up the ads in another account and put in a request for review to that account, and I moved on my day. Those ads, those exact same ads, got approved in the new ad account instantly within a couple of hours, which is really good considering where we're at in the world today and how everything's being slowed down. And those ads are already converting just 5 hours later. But that other ad account, that pristine ad account, is still shut down. So I went back and looked at it for a second, and I thought, what can I learn from this? What's the takeaway that I get from this? And I started thinking about my instant reaction, because so many people so many entrepreneurs today, so many people in business today, they have challenges that come into their lives, that things that happen in their businesses, things that sideswipe them, things that weren't expected, tragedies, problems, challenges. And most often when something bad happens to you in your business or your life, it paralyzes you. It paralyzes 99% of people. They completely get disheveled from it. They get distracted. They don't know what to do. And they give up in so many cases. But when I think about what my biggest quality is, or why I've been able to fight through all the adversity in life, the business failures, struggles, issues, and how I've been able to rebound to a point where I'm making more money in my life today than I've ever made before. My business is more successful than ever before. I realized that your success in life is really not about the education. It's not about the money you spend. Your success, like all of those things, are crucially important. The more you invest in mentors, the more you invest in help from other people, the more serious you take that, the better the results you're going to get in your life are. But you could spend millions of dollars in education. You can spend millions of dollars in trying to become better in your life. But if you don't figure out how to react, if you don't figure out how to deal with the adversities, if you don't figure out how to lower your reaction quotient to make split-second decisions, it doesn't matter if the decision you make in the face of adversity is the right decision or the wrong decision. Make a decision. If you make a decision and take action in a different direction whenever you're sideswiped, whenever something doesn't go right, if you stay in motion, you will see a radical difference in your life. That's what I realized today. Whenever something goes wrong for me, I don't sit on my laurels. I don't sit back and think about what went right and what went wrong and why it's going to work and why it doesn't work. I never have. And when I think back of the millions of dollars that I've spent in my education and the different businesses that I've started, it's why I am where I am today. Don't get me wrong. There is a prerequisite to it. If you're going to become successful in anything, the amount of time you invest in education and learning from other people and paying for coaching programs and getting great mentors into your life, even if you have to pay them, it will shorten the learning curve for sure. But in spite of that shortened learning curve, you are still going to run up against adversities. Something is going to go wrong. And your ability, that reaction quotient, I want to call it, your ability to react quickly, split seconds, and keep moving forward, it does two things. Number one, it stops you from dwelling on the failure. So many people get paralyzed because when something goes wrong, they start dwelling on the failure. They think about how it failed and they get angry with who deceived them. On the other hand, the people, when something goes wrong, they instantly, split-second decision, their reaction quotient is immediate. They move on to a different path, either fixing the issue, making a change to the way they're doing things, going in a completely different direction. But they don't take a second. They don't take a second to try and fix it in the moment or to dwell on it. Now, there's a caveat to this idea. And the caveat is you should always reflect on what went wrong in order to decipher exactly what you learned from the moment. Because you once bitten, twice shy, right? You want to turn every failure into a learning experience without a doubt. But there's a time and a place for that. When I think about the failures in my life and when things have gone wrong, from a simple little challenge like a Facebook ad account getting shut down to a massive business failure where the board of directors and one of my best friends deceived me and I lost an entire company because of it. In all of those situations, I don't stop and dwell on the challenge. I didn't stop and cry in my tea about what happened. I instantly pivot into a new direction or a new idea or a fix. And once I get things fixed and moving forward again or moving higher again or whatever that is, then once things have stabilized, I'll sit down, and I typically will take hours and do this, and I'll turn it into an exercise where I grab a pen and paper and I write out everything that I experienced from that failure and what happened and why it happened. I self-reflect. I look at myself to determine what I could have done that caused it, because I don't want to do it again, right? If there's any way that I can avoid making the same mistakes, I'm going to make them. But the reality is, what I realized this morning, and what I hope you take away from this little video, is that it's that split-second decision that you make in the face of adversity. It's that split-second decision that you make when things go wrong, when there's an issue that happens. It's that split-second decision you make and the direction you go and the speed with which you do it that will lead to the success you're looking for in your life. And so if you're a person that whenever something goes wrong, you're instantly paralyzed, I want you to think about whenever that happens to you, if you're that person, the next time it happens to you, think about my voice. Think about this little chat. Come back and watch this video quickly. Or just make a decision. Like just in the moment. Move in a different direction. Get out of that lane quick. Don't stand there. Biblically speaking, in the Old Testament, there's many stories about getting stuck in the mire. It's the story of the ox and the cart trying to move through a muddy field, and the ox slows down and it gets stuck and it can't move. It's paralyzed. Don't get stuck in the mire. It's that split-second decision you make that's going to lead to higher levels of success in your life. Because one thing is for sure, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have issues. You're going to have situations where life rips you apart. It's inevitable. It's the learning process. But when you take a look at any of the world's greatest leaders, any of the world's greatest experts, any of the world's success stories, that success story is a long trail of challenges, failures, split-second decisions to move forward and coming out on the other side. So do yourself a favor. Don't be a statistic. The next time life kicks you in the teeth, make a split-second decision and keep moving forward.